Welcome to Ecstatic Yoga. I am Grace. Welcome to our Yin Yoga practice today. So happy that you're here. I am Grace with Ecstatic Yoga. And Yin Yoga is a restorative yoga. We're going to move a little slower and hold the poses a little longer. We'll be on the floor the whole time. It's a nice restorative way to move the body and stretch the body, but not exert the body too much. I'm so happy you are here. So we're going to begin with a centering, gently and kindly closing your eyes and beginning to breathe into that lower belly as we activate the parasympathetic nervous system, the relaxation response throughout the body. And take this moment to dive the attention inward into that indweller, that soul presence, that divine self, that extension of the God of your understanding, the creator source, is within you, within your heart, the sacred chambers of your heart, diving within. And the intention of this practice is to bring attention and love in towards this indweller, recognizing this body is a sacred body temple, sacred embodiment. Static yoga is sacred embodiment, realizing that the divine presence lives and dwells within us as our awareness and is embodied within this physical temporary body, this eternal presence. And so both are sacred. The eternal part of ourselves that is aware, conscious, and the body, which is temporary. A temporary clothing, a temporary costume we wear to have this temporary experience called physical life. Sending our love into our own heart, into that indwelling presence within. And taking a moment to scan your physical body, feeling those sits bones on the earth, feet, whatever's connecting to the earth. Notice and acknowledge that beautiful connection and the support of the earth for your body, supporting your body and your life. And diving in and scanning the inner energies, the inner aliveness, this inner presence within you. You may feel your heart beating, tingling, energy moving and flowing, pulsing. And checking in with the emotional body, this emotional landscape, what is going on in the Manomaya Kosha. Feeling everything fully. Allowing yourself to bask in that felt sense rather than in the mind, labeling or describing or making some emotions better or worse or right or wrong. Just bask in the felt sense without any thought. Acknowledging the emotions and letting them arise and letting them go. So the next one arises, feeling it all fully, bring it on. Just letting it pass through the emotional energy. You're not your emotions. You exist with or without them. You're not your thoughts. You continue to exist with or without them. You are the eternal presence, the divine presence, one in and with and as God, creator, source of your understanding. And I invite you to take this moment to set an intention for yourself, something you'd like to create in your life, a gift to yourself, and stating it in the positive and the present as if it is already so. Speaking your affirmation, you can say it out loud or silently to yourself, allowing that word to resonate within your being. And letting that intention go with a this or better, this or better, this or better. Let's do a couple pranayams as we continue to breathe into the belly. We're going to expand this belly breath into a 3-part yogic breath. So we'll inhale into the belly, moving it up like a wave into the ribs, all the way up into the chest. And we'll pause at the top. Breath retention, and then letting it go completely. A few more breaths, 3-part yogic breaths on your own, like a wave into the belly, the ribs, the chest, even the clavicular area. Breath retention at the top, for as long as feels right for you, and exhaling completely. A few more breaths on your own, at your own pace. You can hold that intention in your consciousness as you breathe. Repeating it silently to yourself. We're going to move into a little aroma, interrupted breaths. So as we breathe into the belly, we're going to breathe in and pause. Breathe into the ribs and pause. All the way up into the chest. And pause. Hold the breath. And as we exhale, we're going to do the same. Exhaling a third of the breath and pause. Another third and pause. And the last third and pause. And then let any little bits of exhale go. Inhaling into the belly. Pause. The ribs. Pause. And the chest. Pause. Exhale 1/3. Pause. Another third. Pause. The last third. Pause. Let any little bit of exhale go. And continuing a few more breaths on your own, you can allow those breath retentions to be a little longer. Find your Rhythm your pace. Breathing out of the nose. And one more breath. Letting everything go. Let's do one more breath. Let's do our Nadi Shodnam, alternate nostril breathing, balancing our right and left sides of our brain, as well as the nadis, the Ida and Pingala nadi, and activating that Sushumna nadi, that great river that moves straight up our spine. Activating and vitalizing the entire body. So we're going to use a hand mudra, Vishnu mudra. You can either have the pointer and middle on the third eye, or you can curl it into the palm. We're going to use the thumb. I'm using my right hand, so I'm going to use my right thumb and my fingers to close off the nostrils. So I'm going to take the thumb and close off my right nostril, and I'm going to exhale out the left. Inhale left, same side. And on this next exhale, we're going to shift. So I'm going to release the thumb, bring the finger, and exhale out the right nostril. Inhale, same side. And switch. Closing off the right, exhaling out the left. Inhale left. We always switch on the exhale, so switching over to exhale out the right. And continuing on your own at your own pace. One more breath. And on your next exhale, just letting go, letting go. Mudra. You can hold your hands in chin mudra with the pointer and thumb connected on your lap, and allowing the breath to integrate, noticing, very alert, all the sensations. Bringing your energy in towards that indweller, that indwelling presence, that which animates and enlivens the body. Sending that heart, that sacred presence, love and appreciation, gratitude. And gently and kindly opening the eyes and coming back, feeling a little more centered and grounded and still. We're going to begin to make some circles around the pelvis. And I invite you to kind of move the head as well. Move pelvis around, allow the head to kind of flow naturally. And noticing sensations. And again, if you feel any sensations, you can just massage those. Keeping the breath flowing and keeping that focus in the heart, in this inner sacred space, bringing that love and attention in towards that indweller, allowing her or him or they to experience and move the body. And moving the other direction, keeping that breath flowing, the prana moving, breathing through the nose, prasalom. Nice, slow, intentional movements. We're not going to move too fast and avoid noticing all the sensations. Yin yoga is about moving a little slower, more mindful, more present in our movements and coming back to center. And we're going to move into a little cat-cow. So as I move into my cow, I'm going to arch the back, stick that tailbone out, open the chest. I'm going to gaze slightly upward. A deep inhale. On the next exhale, I'm going to begin to round the back, tuck the tailbone under, and the head is going to come and look in towards the belly and the thighs, opening up the back of the neck. Inhaling into the cow, extension of the spine, and exhaling into cat, flexion of the spine. Front of the spine is flexing now as we exhale, and then it's extending front of the spine, this front spine. Beautiful. Noticing sensation, keeping mindful of that indwelling presence, that inner beloved has been with you before you were born, will be with you all through this life, every breath, every instant, and it will be with you as you transition, as your eternal beloved never abandons you, always ever present. An extension of that which created and sources you, sources your existence every instant. It's inner wisdom, inner aliveness, sacred presence. And coming back to center. Beautiful. Do a little lateral stretching. So I'm going to take my left hand down to the earth, and I'm going to extend the right hand up. You can bend that left elbow a little, and mostly just opening up this side body and moving that spine laterally. The more we can move the spine, the better. The healthier we are, our whole body. And inhaling up, we'll move to the other side. Right hand on the earth, slight bend in the elbow as we arch and reach that left arm up, just opening up the side body. Couple breaths here. And coming back to center. Beautiful job. We're going to keep this right hand on the earth. I'm going to take left hand onto my right knee. I'm going to move into a gentle twist. You can move that right hand behind the buttocks, pressing into the floor, lengthening the spine. With every inhale, lengthening. And with the exhale, twisting a little forward as you gaze out over that shoulder, that right shoulder. And release. Beautiful job. We're going to go to the other side. So I'm going to take this left hand and I'm going to put it right behind the left buttocks. Right hand on the knee. Inhaling, lengthening. Exhaling, twist. We've moved our spine in flexion and extension, lateral. Now we are twisting. This brings a lot of energy to the spinal column, wakes it up, enlivens it. It also cleanses the internal organs as we twist. We're bringing those organs out to detoxify those organs and bring energy and vitality. One more breath. And release. Beautiful job. Beautiful. And let's bring those feet together in a nice Baddha Konasana. And you can wrap the hands around the outsides of the feet. You can open them up like a book. Let's just rock back and forth a little. Feel those sits bones on the earth. Acknowledging that connection. And beginning to flap those butterfly wings. I like to massage the feet a little bit, all those reflexology points. The feet are a reflection of our body. So the eyes and ears and sinuses and head are all up top by the toes. And as you move down, this spine, and vertebrae, and then the internal organs are more in the middle of the foot. Just massaging them a little bit as you flap your butterfly wings. And then resting the wings. We're going to inhale as we lengthen the body. See if you can take those knees a little closer down towards the earth. And then exhale, hinging forward. And find your edge here, never forcing, never go into pain, just allowing the body to open. And engage those bandhas and breathe. Our bandhas, there's 3 bandhas. The pelvic floor is our mula bandha, so we're going to engage that and really lift. The belly is our uddiyana bandha. We're going to engage that and feel a lift. And then jalandhara bandha is the chin comes in a little and the tongue is on the roof of the mouth. When we engage all 3, it's the mala bandha. And as we breathe and engage these bandhas, the bandhas lock the prana and the life force and the vitality into the body. They don't allow it to leak out. There are energy seals, energy locks. See if you can hinge forward a little bit more in your hip after holding that for a few breaths. And then bring the hands to the floor and allow the spine to round and relax for a few breaths. Relax the head and the neck. And one more breath here. And then gently on your next inhale, coming up. I'm going to keep this right leg bent. I'm going to extend the left leg out. I'm going to rest the sole of the right foot on the inner thigh of the left leg. I'm going to go into a single leg forward fold. Inhaling, lengthening the spine, reaching that head up towards the heavens, and exhaling, hinging forward. Feeling that nice hinge in the hips, the spine isn't moving yet. And when you find your edge, the back leg muscles, your hamstrings are going to tell you when you've hinged enough. And then you can allow the spine to round, bringing the head in towards the body. Wherever you are in this forward fold is perfect. You can flex and extend that foot, noticing all the different sensations, keeping that breath flowing in the belly. As you take this time in this beautiful forward fold to bask in that indwelling presence, basking in your own divine nectar. Your own ecstatic inner presence. And let's take a moment now. We'll come up just a little bit and massage this foot. Massaged it a little in our Baddha Konasana, but we're going to massage it again in this forward fold. And remembering as we massage the foot, we recognize that this is a sacred foot. Our sacred indwelling presence is animating through this foot, through this body, sacred embodiment. And it brings the body to alive, which brings it life, is that indwelling presence. Inhaling up. We're going to switch legs. We're going to straighten out the right leg and bend that left leg. So the sole of the left foot is resting on the inner thigh of the right leg. We're going to go into our forward fold on this side. So inhaling as we lengthen the spine and exhaling, hinging forward. And allow yourself to find your gentle edge. You feel the back leg muscles, these hamstrings, even the calves a little bit. We'll let you know that's about enough. And then allow the spine to round, looking in towards the leg. Wherever you are in this forward fold, honoring that. And you can begin to flex and extend that foot, this right foot now, noticing the beautiful sensations, keeping the breath flowing. And then taking a moment to relax into the sport fold wherever you are in it and bask in that indwelling presence, bringing your attention and your love into your heart space. Begin to massage that foot, sacred foot of yours, no less sacred than any foot, any saint's foot, or guru's foot that ever existed. Your divine presence is emanating through your heart and your body. And souls are all equal. They're all extensions of the divine, loved equally. One at their source. And then on your next inhale, coming up. Beautiful job. Good job. And we're going to come on to our belly for a moment. Sitting on our belly. Let's bring those knees up for a moment. The feet up, bend the knees. And let's move into a little windshield wipe where you can rest the head to one side. Swapping those legs gently side to side. Noticing sensation in that lower back and the sacrum. Keeping the breath flowing. Beautiful. Bringing the feet in towards the buttocks a little bit. If you like, you can bring the hands to the feet. We're not going to go into bow today. Just allowing that nice stretch on the front thighs. If you'd like to go into bow, you can do that. The body's feeling like it really wants to. We're going to relax the legs down and we're going to move into a frog. So we're going to rest the head onto the hands and we're going to move into a half frog. So we're going to take that left leg up. Knee is bent. Let the calf be a little bit wider than the knees. We're just moving into a nice little half frog here. And resting the head and simply breathing as you bring all the attention in towards the heart, in towards the indwelling presence. And one more breath. Resting that leg down, and let's go to the other side. I'm going to take the right leg up into a frog, half frog. And you can have the head straight or resting to either side. Maybe if you're on the side, moving to the other side. Just resting into this pose, bringing all your love and attention in towards your own heart. That inner presence, that inner aliveness. Sending your heart love. You may just be repeating, I love you. I love you. Directing that love in towards your own being, your own sacred heart, your own inner presence. One more breath here. And releasing that leg down. Let's go into a Sphinx pose, which is kind of fun. We just come onto the elbows here, and we're moving into a Sphinx. It's a nice slight back bend. If you like to straighten the arms, move into more of an extended Sphinx, you can do that. Depend on the flexibility of your lower back and your lumbar. And just breathing here into a beautiful Sphinx. You can look straight ahead and look down towards your hands. Heart is open, receiving the love, your own self-love. And resting back down. I'm going to invite you to take this left arm and extend it out a little further in the right leg. Cross extension. And then moving, extending the left leg out as far as you can. The right arm out in the left leg. And coming back to center. Let's roll over onto our backs. And I always like when I get on the back to just bring the knees into the chest and wrap the arms around and just rock gentle, releasing and relaxing the lower back. And then bringing the feet back down. We're going to move into just a two-legged table, kind of a half bridge pose. If you'd like to go into a full bridge, you can. Or if you'd like to just do a supported bridge with a pillow underneath, you can do that. I'm going to press into the feet and just lift those hips up halfway. And noticing sensation. Our bodies are really in this position. It feels so good. Keeping that love and attention centered inwardly. Breathing into the belly. And when you're ready, steady coming down. We're going to go up one more time, but let's just take a rest. Coming down one vertebrae at a time, from the upper thoracic to the lower, and feeling that lumbar, sacrum, and tailbone release and relax. Taking a couple breaths here. Fully present to that sacred soul presence within you. Let's go into it again, pressing into the feet, lifting those hips halfway. Two-legged table or half bridge. If you'd like to go into a full bridge, you can do that. Just rest in this half bridge. You can have just a supported bridge with a block or a pillow underneath if you like as well. One more breath here. Breathing into that belly. And on the exhale, we're going to come down one vertebrae at a time, from those upper thoracic to the mid thoracic, lower, the lumbar spine, the sacrum and tailbone, all to relax. And let's drop those legs over to one side. And let's gently bring them over to the other side. And we're going to move them over again to the original side. And we're going to let them rest here for a few breaths, a little longer. Then that nice gentle twist in the spine. Deep belly breathing. Honoring your body where you're at. Keeping the loving attention directed inward. That divine inner presence. The next inhale, let's bring those legs over to the other side for a few breaths. Gentle twist. And coming back to center. And let's bring the knees into the chest again and just rocking back and forth to release and relax that lower back. Coming to center, and let's just lift those legs up. Nice inversion. You can flex and extend those feet. Keeping that breath flowing in the belly. Keeping your awareness and your loving attention inward to the heart and soul. And let's open the legs wide. A nice stretch on the inner thighs. You can bring the hands to the legs, whatever feels comfortable for you. Add a little extra stretch. Trying to avoid the back of the knee area. And let's bring them back together. Let's bring the hands behind the hamstrings, the back of the legs. And let's pull the legs in towards the body. Try not to lift that lumbar spine up off the earth. And releasing those legs. We're going to bring the legs out straight. We're going to move into our fish. So the palms are facing down on the earth. And you're going to bring the hands underneath the buttocks. And we're going to tuck those arms really close in towards the body. And then pressing into those forearms and elbows, we're going to lift the upper chest and the upper body and the head, allowing the head to relax and gently coming down to rest on the top of the head. Open heart, open chest, nice back bend, and breathe. Resting your awareness and your love and attention to that indwelling presence. Breathing into the belly, you can gently engage the bandhas, especially that Mula Bandha. One more breath. And your next inhale, pressing into those elbows, lifting up the chest, straightening out the head, and gently and kindly coming back so you're flat on the back. Releasing those hands from underneath the buttocks. And let's bring those knees into the chest and rock back and forth. Just rocking yourself as if you are a small child, comforting your own heart and soul. Life isn't easy, and you're doing a great job. Your infinite divine presence having this can be challenging human experience. Give yourself credit and acknowledge yourself. And let's take those knees out a little wider. Let's just pull the knees down towards the earth, the armpits, avoiding the ribs. Just a nice stretch. Breathing into the belly. Basking in the heart, the inner aliveness, sacred presence. Beautiful. Let's bring those feet up. Let's move into Baddha Konasana right now. Feet together and pull the feet in towards the body. Feeling a nice hip opening on both sides. Let's release that for a moment and let's go into a 4. Nice hip opener. So my right knee is up, my right foot's on the earth. I'm going to rest the left ankle on my right leg. We're going to bring the right leg up, bring the hands behind the right hamstring, and gently pulling that right leg into the body, feeling beautiful sensations, hip opening sensations on the left side. Engaging those bandhas. And let's bring the prana in as we bask in that sacred inner presence. Acknowledging our own sacred heart, wholly pure and innocent, a direct extension from divine creator source. One more breath. And on your exhale, releasing the leg down. And we're going to switch sides. Left foot on the earth, left knee up. I'm going to rest the right ankle on the left leg. I'm going to lift that left foot up, bring that left leg up, clasp my hands behind the left thigh, and gently pulling it in, finding your gentle edge, never forcing, never entering into pain. Find that nice hip opening sensation.